Hey guys, so today I am bringing you a little extra video this week. This is my birthday week, and so like I said the last couple weeks, I don't know what it is, but I just haven't been filming much for vlogs. I will definitely have one next week. I don't want to say definitely, but pretty like 90%, 95 that I'll have one next Wednesday. A lot has been going on this week, and I filmed a little bit here and there. But today I wanted to do an extra video. I wanted to throw in another handbag video, and it was one that I kind of, well, this is the topic as to what I left you hanging about in the last one. If you watched the last video where I was unboxing my my new Neverfull with the rose ballerine and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna show you my new bag, which is this is just so cool. Like, it's got a story. Don't know why I get like, I get so excited. But so it's got a cool story. It is something that I have really been planning for and wanting for a while. I actually sold a bag that you are probably going to be really surprised about. So I will tell you that story and how everything kind of worked out. So I sold a bag, I bought a bag, it was all kind of a wash. It worked out really well. I'm not the type of collector or type of person that buys bags, sells bags, buys bags, sells bags. I'm the type that, like, I want a collection that I like, and if something isn't really floating my boat anymore or something's just the least bit off, I want to really love something. So I will sell something and get what I want. I'm not going to keep something that I'm not 100% about, and that's just how it is. So some of you may have been able to figure out what I got in my last video when I kind of hinted around. I think it was completely obvious what I sold and what I bought when I look back at that, but maybe it wasn't to you. I don't know. I say this every time, but I'm really happy that you guys are enjoying these. I really am, because these are just so super fun to throw in every now and then. It's like, I love beauty stuff, and that's like always my #1 thing that I love doing videos about, but it's fun to do like little sprinkles of other things too. So that I don't spend 5 minutes telling you a story about selling the bag and which one I sold and all that stuff. I'm just gonna show you what I actually got, and then I will show you what I sold. They kind of correlate. And then I will really kind of show you the bag, the new bag, and kind of show you all the details. I've had two Louis Vuitton boxes like this size, and I always split them. I don't know what it is. It's the same exact two boxes. I don't know what it is, but I always end up splitting this size, and it ends up going down like that. Okay, so it came in a box like this. This is the new one. I did buy this pre-loved, and you'll see why, because you can't even get it anymore, but I've got all the paperwork, the original card, ribbon, paper, all the box pieces. It's really not important. So what I got is the Speedy B, the Speedy Bandouliere in the EMPREINTE Infinity color. And you guys know, I'm gonna get all into the details of this. I'll show it up close, I'll show you all the inside and every little nitty gritty about this bag, so it may be a little long. You guys know how in love I am with the Infinity EMPREINTE. 3 years ago I purchased the Luminous PM. I've done videos on that bag. If you follow me on Instagram, I carried that bag almost to a fault where I probably went a complete year solid without changing out of that bag. And for the 3 years I had it, I probably carried it 80% of the time, no lie. It was just wonderful. Like, when I got that bag, it really sort of replaced my GM Neverfull, which is at the Louis Vuitton hospital right now. Well, if you've been following my other handbag videos, and you know what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna do a video on that when I get it back. But I had, you know, that was my everyday, like, just almost to a fault carried that GM Neverfull. And then when I got the Luminous PM, which was in the Infinity, you know, navy, beautiful EMPREINTE, carried that all the time, every day, like, just, it was kind of a tote style, but it had a shoulder strap. I sold that bag. I know, y'all are probably like, oh my god. So, this is the thing. For the last year or so, it sat in my closet. When I noticed I kind of stopped carrying it when I was pregnant. I really started when I was pregnant noticing which bags suited me, which ones didn't, because I was not putting up with anything that was the slightest bit uncomfortable when I was pregnant. Like that bag, I noticed, you know, it just kind of annoyed me, like the way, sometimes it would, the way it was floppy. And I did address that in my review of that bag. Every reason that I decided to sell it, I addressed in that review. And before I sold it, I looked back at that review and thought, okay, Tiffany, you want to be 100% sure, because like that was a bag I carried so much, and it was almost like I was attached to it, but I don't get like attached to like material objects or anything like that. It wasn't like that. It was more so I was such a fan of the actual EMPREINTE leather in that infinity color. And it's not so much any other color, it's just that infinity color, and I loved it because I actually looked at some different colors because the infinity is no longer available. But I just knew that that had to be it. So I thought, okay, I know I'm gonna have to buy the Speedy Bee pre-loved, and you can kind of see more about why I wanted the bandolier Speedy. I went into that a lot more in the last video. I'll link my last purse videos below. Basically, it is, this is the 25 style, and this style comes in, you can get the monogram and everything else, but the EMPREINTE pieces are a little different. They do have kind of different hardware and all that. It's just like my other one. I joked when I got it, it smells the same as my old one. It feels the same. It sounds the same. The hardware jingles the same. It smells like a Louis Vuitton store, like, and it's just that leather. I don't know why, but that leather has that smell. And I'm so weird about pre-loved things. I don't like things that... when I open the box, I'm almost like, I hold my breath because, you know, I don't want to like smell anything weird. Is that weird? It's a little weird, I think. I'm like that when I open packages anyways. I'm like, where's this coming from and what kind of stuff's in here? But seriously, this was like brand new. The girl that had this could have carried it every day and beat it to hell for 2 years and it would still look brand new, and that's what I reviewed in that video. I had mine for 3 years. I carried it like crazy. You know, it was on rides at Disney World. It was, I was never super babyish or babying. Let's see, super, I guess, careful with it because I didn't see it as a very like flimsy piece. This EMPREINTE leather is so hardcore. You cannot mess it up, and my bag looked brand new when I got rid of it. So anyways, I thought to myself, I'm gonna keep my Luminous PM until I find the perfect new bag, until I find this exact one. You know, and I did for a while. I knew I was gonna sell it for a while, and I kept hanging on to it. And then finally I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna find this. I would always see them on eBay, and they were missing something. They looked a little weird. If I'm gonna buy something pre-loved, like I want it to have the box, I want it to have the tags, I want it to have the receipt, I want it to have the dust bag, I want it to be in good shape, you know, like I feel like that's not unrealistic. Like you can keep looking until you find something. Like I always say, don't go to eBay with the thoughts of something that you want and think, okay, well there's 4 of these on eBay, gotta get one of these, you know. Stock it out for a long time and really wait until the perfect thing comes along, and if it doesn't come along, it's not meant to be. So that's how I think about things. I try not to be an impulse buyer about things, and I try to buy smart when I buy larger purchases. So essentially, when I sold the Luminous, in my mind, I had already kind of parted with it, even though it was still in my closet for months, and I thought, you know, I am gonna sell it. And finally, I just thought, I'm just gonna sell it, and then, you know I'm not carrying it as much anymore. I loved that bag though, and I don't regret the purchase. I would still say 100% of everything I said in that review that I posted a year and a half, 2 years ago. Everything, and I think I'd had the bag for maybe 1 year, 2 years. I don't exactly know the time frame, but I did give it a real good review. I agree with 100% everything that I said in that video, so nothing really changed. But I started realizing I'm not in love with the bag and the style, which I still loved the style, but I was more attached to the material and everything. So selling it was a good experience. I got, you know, a fair amount for it, and then I purchased this for a very fair amount. So I feel like they just kind of took each other's place, and I feel like this bag, I don't have the extra strap piece, I'll show you in a minute. I feel like this bag I feel like honestly, I don't feel like I've lost that Luminous. I feel like it just sort of changed into this one, and I know that sounds really bizarre and crazy, but I just realized that I just love the material, I just love the bag. So it's just funny. I wouldn't have expected it to smell the same. It smells the same, it feels the same. I have it stuffed right now. So let me kind of give you a little overview. So it is the 25 size. I really, let's see, look, when the straps are up, looks like that. Very cute. It's got a key cover with the keys inside of it. It's got a lock, which I used to, on my Luminous, keep it on the actual thing in the loop, but sometimes I don't like fiddling with that, so I like this one had a little loop that you could put it on, and when this is up, it just kind of hangs really nicely. I knew that I wanted a Speedy bandolier. I have a Speedy monogram in the 35 that I've shown in these videos, and you guys have seen that, but you know, I love that bag, but I don't think I would want a monogram in this. I love those. And if I didn't have that Speedy, that's probably what I would have gotten. But I'm happy with that Speedy, but I didn't want to be redundant and buy like two that looked exactly the same, or even get like a brown Damier or a Damier Ebony, whatever. I always say that because it's like I'm not an expert at pronouncing these things and I don't pretend to be. I do know about them and stuff, but I don't speak French. I try. I really do. You can wear it so many different ways. So surprisingly, I thought I was going to be more of a like crossbody person with this. And it comes with this extra piece. The strap is bigger than my Luminous PM. It's a little larger, but it's so funny. Just the way that bag, you know, when you carry something, you get used to how it sounds, how it feels. And it's just the same bag. I don't know how to describe it. It's just funny, just the sounds, and I like the jingling. I don't know, it's just funny. Brad always said he could like hear me coming with that bag, but it's just the same thing and I just love it. So anyways, if you wanted to make it a crossbody, it has this strap extender piece that you add, and that's how I had it when I first got it. But I did stuff it because I'm not currently carrying it right now. I did want to show it before I really carried it a lot, or before anyone saw it, because I really wanted to show it in a video. I love the pulls. It's exactly like my other pulls. That was one of my favorite things. The hardware is so beautiful on these. Just for comparison, I brought my black key clay to show. It's very similar. When I always said that the navy blue was almost black, and usually when people talk about this Infinity color, they say, oh, it's almost black. It really is. You'd think, oh, it's so different, but it's just beautiful, and the color is just, oh, and then the interior is another thing that I really love about it. So let me just show you real quick before I get into the inside of it. I have not wore this t-shirt in the longest time. My friend Jen sells these on her store, which is L&M. It says Girl Boss. It's really cute. Oh, I didn't wear a necklace today. Anyways, and I'm totally wearing sweatpants because I do not sit around the house in jeans. I'm just funny like that. So this is how I like to wear it. I love this shoulder feel. It's just easy. I can't describe it. It hits so perfect, and it has so many different, you can really adjust it so many different ways, but this is actually on the tightest, or the shortest setting. So it could be a longer shoulder bag. You could add that strap extender and make it a crossbody. And with this, I don't know, because I don't have a regular Speedy bandolier for comparison, or I don't say regular, but like a monogram. These are stitched, the handles are stitched a little farther down, so when you hold it up, it is kind of a real tight strap drop. It's a little tighter than I expected, but I don't, like I said in the video, I don't like carrying bags like this just with nothing in my hand. If I have like something to drink, or if I have other things in my hand, then this is natural, but I wouldn't just walk into a store like this with my hand just like, hey, I'm carrying my bag, you know what I mean? Either kind of grab it like that. If I've got other things in my hand, I'll just throw it like that. If I've got my keys or something, you know, that's when I carry it like that. Most of the time, I like the shoulder option, so this is just the perfect bag for me. I just love it. And like I said, I don't have a monogram one. I've seen them in person, but I've never really like paid attention to them in person enough to know how different this is on the side. I don't know if it comes up higher. I don't know if the zipper comes down like that, but that's how the EMPREINTE pieces do. And the EMPREINTE pieces, you know, they have different hardware. They're a little different. But I did put all of my things in it that was in my Alma PM, and there was more room to spare than there was in my Alma. The Alma kind of goes up, plenty of room for all my things, but you might think that this Speedy 25 is small, but it really held a lot. So I had the dust bag in there. It's just so funny, and how is that possible? I guess it's just because it's from the store, but this smells just like my other one did. You know, like sometimes like certain cars hang on to the new car smell longer. The Luminous that I had, the Luminous PM, that was in this leather that had the same, you know, interior, always held on to this same smell. I remember like years later I would smell it and I was like, oh my gosh. I remember just before I got rid of it, I remember thinking, it doesn't even smell like I used it. And of course the little monogram EMPREINTE card, care card, the little, I remember reading this in my other one, but I have not looked in this, but let me just find it. It says, okay, this is what I love about this, and my Luminous PM was proof of that. When you first get these EMPREINTE items, I remember my Luminous PM was very stiff, and I remember my friend that bought it at the same time, our bags were the same, and I remember she kept hers in a box and was just very careful with it, and maybe didn't carry it as much as I did right away. Now she carries it a lot, but I remember I went in on it. I carried mine so much, and I remember later when we would see each other, her bag was real like, not as, you know, mine was just soft and floppy almost. So over time these do get that soft, you know, they get softer and softer. It says the leather gets more beautiful over time, and I truly agree. This is a bag, it's not one that's gonna show its age. If you're concerned about that with more expensive handbags, or with Louis Vuitton bags especially, because if you get anything with a vachetta leather on it, it's gonna turn, like over time it's gonna get darker, and that's normal, and I like that. I don't mind. On certain things I like that, or certain materials, but this is not gonna show its age, and my Luminous was total proof of that. It says the EMPREINTE leather expresses all the sensuality, oh, it's sensual, of a material which lives with the one who carries it and becomes even more beautiful with time. I remember reading something a long time ago that said, okay, yeah, it says aging. Monogram EMPREINTE will become more supple and beautiful with time. The embossing will evolve as a testimony to its owner's experiences, giving each bag a personal and unique touch. And I did find, over time, mine got softer. But I didn't realize until I purchased this brand new item, and like I said, the person that had this may have carried, but I will say the interior of this one looks a lot newer than mine did, so I don't think she carried it as much as I did. And it could have, it's newer too. I think with the date code on it, it was a little newer than mine. I say mine, but my Luminous PM. Okay, so this, like I said, the embossing pretty much looks just like my other one, and it could be because it's the same color, I don't know. But when I purchased this, which is the EMPREINTE key pouch, I noticed first off the bat, I thought, wow, this is hard. It's almost like rubber, because I was used to how soft my bag felt. Although I compared the leather to rubber, because I was like, it is durable, you can't scratch it. Don't want to say that, because you probably could if you really like went at it. But you know, it's not gonna rub, it's not gonna do anything serious over time. Just with normal use, it's not gonna look used. I noticed how sharp all the embossing felt, and I noticed these smaller pieces, maybe that aren't as, I don't want to say floppy, but like this one, like, okay, on the interior of this bag, like when you feel the leather, it feels thinner than when you feel the top flap of this, because it's just, this is leather with the lining on the back of it, like the bag lining. This is like 2 layers of leather, so it's very hard. It's not gonna really loosen up as much as like I don't want to say floppy bag, but a bag would, you know what I mean? Thus, I think why the printing, the imprints actually look and feel sharper than an actual like big bag. So if you have any small pieces but you don't have a bag, it's very different. I will say, like, they're gonna be, the durability I would think is the same, but it just feels different. It's just gonna always be different because of that reason. You know, this is just, while it still has a sturdy, like good, hard feel, like you can't mess it up, it feels very, it just has a softer feel. Okay, so the interior is maybe we'll see this. The interior is exact, let me just, I'll flashlight it so you can see this pretty blue color. Can you even freaking see that? Good Lord. Yeah, okay, so hopefully you can see. Let me just zoom. What in the heck? That's better. So you can see, don't look at my nails, how pretty and blue it is. And then it's got that really nice like pinstriping. I used to love that. That was like my favorite about my other one. And it just is so pretty. And this one is exactly like, okay, hey. This one is exactly like my other one. Same little thing, made in France. Which my other EMPREINTE bag the Luminous was made in France too. Not a huge deal. I don't want to get it all into that. I'm not like a made in snob. But it is nice to know. A little zip pocket. The, what am I trying to say? The date code. So it's got a zip pocket. Just like the Luminous, it had a zip pocket in the back. It's got two pockets that are slip pockets, just like the Luminous. When I say that, I mean just, you know, just a slip pocket. It doesn't have a thing. Yeah, I don't know what else I'm looking for, but just a big ol' section for all your stuff. I don't even know what to say about this. It's like I feel, just a little up close, I just feel kind of like that bag just kind of transformed into this one. I'm so thrilled with. I'm going to just freaking treasure this. It's everything that I loved about the Luminous, and I didn't get rid of it because I'm like, oh, I hate this bag. And like I said, the review that I posted of it, I mean, I still feel the exact same way. But I realized it wasn't so much the bag, it was the material. And this bag, I'm in love with the material and the bag because I had been just eyeing this forever. Oh, I just love that. I know that's silly, but it sounds like my other one, and it just feels, I don't feel like the other one really is gone. So I'm really excited about it, and I'm so happy that I got this one. These are stupid expensive, and it's a solid leather bag, and because I have had an EMPREINTE bag for years and I understand how well they hold up, I hate to say that I do think that I can understand the cost, and I understand it. It's a solid leather bag. It lasts really well. It's a very good quality, but I couldn't justify spending it. It would have been over like $3,000 if I would have bought that. I know, in the store. They didn't have the color that I wanted, first of all. So I think if you can find something pre-loved, I hate giving pre-loved advice because I would never want someone that maybe didn't know exactly what to look for, and it's hard. There's no way I could even tell you everything to look for, and a lot of people probably get that. I think that it's just as with anything, just do your research, know what you're looking for, do the typical things on eBay. And honestly, I will say there's so many stores and so many pre-loved sites, so many things now that you can order from, but you know, I am just down with good old eBay. I feel like on eBay you can actually like find what you're looking for. Sure, there's bad things out there and great things, but I always say don't get anything unless if it comes with the box, the bag, the receipt, everything, because if something isn't there, there might be something a little off. Not that you can't find great things that don't have those things, but it is less risky, and for me, if I'm gonna have a bag, I like to have the complete everything that goes with it. And I do want to feel like I'm getting a good deal. I don't want to feel like, oh, I got what I paid for. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to feel like I got a good deal. So, gosh, it feels, I don't think the handles, there's like absolutely nothing. I just can't even, I don't know. This is just great. But it's soft, so I can tell it was carried. And like my Luminous, when I sold it, there was no wear on it, so it was just very hard. That bag, I still can't believe how well it held up. I mean, so crazy. So I feel like this is gonna be the same. I know it's gonna be the same because it's basically the same. Oh, the stitching is so pretty. They use that pretty matching thread. I mean, as they should, but you know, just little details, just so pretty. Let me just think here. Oh, and then also too, on eBay now, over the last couple years especially, I've noticed that they are really like hardcore about like not selling fakes, and they don't really allow, I think it's like against their policy, so you really don't even find that many things. I can look and pretty much tell and like see things occasionally, but usually those things will come down really quickly. And not to say that everything on there is going to be perfect, so I'm not saying go on eBay and everything's fine. You do have to still kind of be careful Like I said, I would only buy things that you have the original receipt, you have all the pieces that go with it, the box, the tag, the everything. Make sure that the quality's good. You know, make sure that it's not just totally like ratty and torn up. I mean, but that's your call, whatever you want to buy. You know, look at the seller, make sure they have good feedback, you know, narrow where you want it to come from. If, you know, not take a risk with the shipping and you just want to stick within your country or wherever you live, you can, you know, select all that. Feedback, returns. But granted, when I sell things on eBay, usually I say no returns just because I don't want that hassle, and I know I'm selling good stuff. You know what I mean? But I just think when I sell something, it's, you know, you bought it, just keep it. It's from eBay, like, you know what you're buying, just take it, you know, because I know I'm selling honest stuff. But then for me as a buyer, I like to see people that offer that, because usually that's saying, you know, I stand by what I'm selling, and because, you know, they did that, and just common sense things. I could do a whole video on that, but you know, you feel me. So I'm really happy with this. Long story short, I'm really excited about it. I'm not knocking the Luminous. Like I said, I posted a review years ago and I stand by exactly everything that I said. Although I may have been like, I'm never gonna sell this, and then I sold it. I don't think I said that though. But you know what I mean? I just feel like, I feel like there's just so many, what am I doing? I'm all like cocked to the side here. I just think that, you know, I do like I said, I like my collection to tell a story. Some things that I bought pre-loved, or things that I just wasn't sure about, and I find this to be the case, like with impulse buys and things that I have bought like on an impulse. Those are always the items that I end up selling, or things like that. And like I said, I'm not like a let me buy it and then I'm gonna sell it, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna sell it. Don't be dumb. If you've got a bag that you're not carrying much and you know it's expensive, sell it, you know, who cares? Get something good. Get something that you do like, that you will carry. So I just think you can't go wrong. If you can find a good pre-loved one, then I think it's pretty good with this material, because I'm not sure with the other colors, because I've never really owned any other colors that I've had for a long time. I do have the black one, but I feel like that one's gonna wear pretty similarly to this one. I'm not really sure how the lighter ones wear over time, but the transfer, I'm sure that might be an issue. Even like, I know my store had a pretty red one the other day, the Orient color. It was like a reddish orange. It was really pretty. But something about this, you know, I'm an EMPREINTE fan, but I will say I'm an Infinity EMPREINTE fan. I've got to have this navy blue color, and I don't even have any desire to get anything else on the radar. I really wanted that little key pouch, because it's kind of like a little wallet and a key pouch in one. And I love that I got it in black. If Infinity was still available in this color, would have totally gotten that. But dang, I mean, they're so freaking close. And I'm kind of glad I have the black. This one still smells really new. It's got a weird new smell to it. So, okay, enough of that. I know I could go on and on. But seriously, know what you're looking for and stuff like that. Maybe go to the store and feel one and kind of check it out. Look at the different colors. And yeah, hold out until you get what you want, I guess, is my moral that I'm trying to say. You know, I always like to think about these purchases in your collection. You don't want to ever regret anything. So don't ever think, I really need that, and to get that I need this money, so I'm going to sell this. Maybe, I mean, that would be okay, but you don't ever want to look back and think, God, I wish I hadn't have sold that, because I really did like that bag. Really just sell things. For me, this is how I think about it. I really just look at something and I think, you know, if I'm not using it, I'm gonna sell it, because it's silly to sit around, or it's, you know, if there's something that I don't like about it, then I need to sell it. So I guess just don't be like, oh my gosh, I'm desperate to get this new bag, so let me sell all these other ones, and then later you might be like, oh my gosh, I missed that. So and in order to like not miss anything and to not, then yeah, just kind of stick with those little tips, I guess. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I wish this color was still available. I think when I reviewed the other one, I think it wasn't available. 'Cause I remember I didn't even know that at the time when I reviewed that one, and people were like, Tiffany, you can't even get this anymore, you know, so I wish this was still available. But if you were looking for something similar, I would go for the black. The black's really beautiful. Blue's my favorite color, so I just love that lining, and I love all that. So the blue's a little special to me. It's a little different. But the black I think would be really nice too. That would be beautiful in this. So anyways, I hope that y'all enjoyed the video. So it's just kind of fun to kind of build your collection the way you want it and get it just right. So that's it. I'll let you go. So thank you for sticking with this EMPREINTE saga. It will not continue. The saga will not continue. This is it. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye.